Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to Loskul Space. My name is Loskul. You know, much has been happening around the comfort, and today on this episode, I'm very much excited to be sharing this episode with you because the people who are on my show today, I couldn't be thrilled to share it with you guys. So stay locked. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share to your friends. So for now, and oh my God, the games part. I hope you wouldn't like to miss this because this episode is going to be amazing. You know, Loskul Space. You know how Loskul Space show we do it? Yeah, that's how we do it. So for now, let's go to the space. So guys, I'm telling you, my guests today are very amazing and cute souls. I don't know, do you guys know you're cute? Yeah, so from my far right we have, from my far left, my far, is it right or left? Left, right?
Right. Oh, left.
Left. From my far right we have Rachel, who is a communication and PR manager, a content creator, a wellness advocate, and a fashion enthusiast. This is a girl of goals, right? You're a wellness advocate. Tell us about your wellness advocate.
I love how I'm at now, my wealth, and I really want everybody to be aware of themselves mentally, physically, all about wellness.
Well, you know, on this show today, we are talking about Gen Zs, and I'm very happy to be having Gen Zs who are self-aware of themselves and they are still advocating for wellness. So on my second guest, we have MARION, who is a public relation consultant and communication specialist, a content creator, a writer, a diplomat, and she loves reading books. Wow, Marion, you love reading books?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yes.
What you read right now?
Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe.
Tell us about what is it about?
It's an African trilogy about colonialism and African culture. Yeah. Yes.
For me, I'm reading right now a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think because it's something I've been fighting with this, so I'd like, let me dive into books. What's your reading, Rachel?
I'm reading Things Fall Apart.
Things Fall Apart?
Yeah.
I was nilikuwa nasikianga that book while in high school.
Yeah, I read it in high school. I'm now reading it.
You are reading right now? Yeah. Wow. Guys, I'm telling you, love reading books because I think that's where knowledge is, right? People should love reading books. Love it. You know, our conversation today we're just talking about Gen Zs. You know, we are Gen Zs. You guys, are you Gen Zs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where are you born?
2001.
2000. What about you?
2003.
2002. I'm 2002. We're all Gen Zs here. And imagine, look at, they are 21, 22, and they are self-aware of themselves. I'm telling you, Gen Zs are taking things differently. You know, on today's episode today, we are talking about how Gen Zs are trying to be different from everything. You know, to my this generation is just like the F word. It's like F up. You know. We are told about Gen Z. Do you guys agree that Gen Z is too evil? We are like a generation where we are like we don't care. We are fucked up generation.
The word is we are self-aware. We are not tolerating things that the former generations used to tolerate.
Yeah.
Period. So I want us to have this conversation today, guys. What do you think that these we are doing we are doing very differently, like in your personal level, what you see in the society, and how can you tell, like, it's not a must all about to be all about ourselves, but also what are some of the things that you think your fellow Gen Zs should be knowing and should be just normalizing and telling them, because with all things about adulting, this is new things to us, and some of the fear of unknown is now reaching inakuwa reality. We never thought to Africa how far. Now it's now a time to pay bills, and that's a conversation today we are having here. So I want you guys back at home also to comment down below. What are some of the things you think Gen Zs should start normalizing, and some of the things the Gen Zs are doing it differently? And I'll go first. Shall I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Real. Okay, I have one. Gen Zs have decided no matter what, their mental health comes first.
Yes.
For real? Because I think we as Gen Zs, a lot of people are saying Gen Zs, you know, a lot of videos have been surfacing online about how people are like the other time I saw this lady alikuwa anascall her mom because she was disrespectful to her, and kila mtu kwa the comment section was people were saying like, wewe mbona unaongelesha hivyo wazazi? I was like, wait, what if the mother alikosea this nini? She deserved to protect her.
Yes, should the right word be scolding or were they just talking? Alikuwa na correct.
But the way the lady was talking to her mother, according to the society, that's not the way you're supposed to talk to your mother, or you're not supposed to correct your mother. Yes. You get? I think that's something that we as Gen Z we are trying to if something is stressing me out, I'm leaving it. I don't care what you're bringing.
We're talking about it.
Yeah. What's your take, Marion, with that?
Gen Z's attitude towards work is way different than millennials. Like right now, I won't be going to a work that is stressing me out. My mental health comes first. There was this girl in social media, I think TikTok, she was trending. She quit her job because it was stressful. And she was doing overtime, and they were not paying her more. And people were like, excuse me, you are such a brat, you're spoiled. No, I don't think she was spoiled. I just think that she put her mental health first rather than her career first, unlike our parents.
Your boss are making you like to overwork you, and because they are your boss, then you're not supposed to question them.
Yeah, you know, some time back, companies used to just overwork people, not care about their wellness of their employees. But now we're seeing companies have even spaces where the employees can go just relax. If things are becoming so heavy at work, they can go take it easy. They have like a small room to do that. I really love how companies nowadays are doing that, being like the Gen Z generation.
These are different generation, and they will tell you off. They'll tell you, please, my mental health comes first.
Period.
Yes.
On to the next one. Okay, I don't think this is something, but I think it's something that Gen Z should know and should stay away from it. And it's something it's like the millennials have a very different perspective of this. Is getting too much social with people might lead to drug abuse.
Getting too social?
Getting too much social might lead to drug abuse. For instance, peer pressure is something that everyone can't run away from it. And sometimes we have our principles, but it's not like, it's not every time that you follow our principle to the end. How many times have you told yourself, then the next day you're back at it? And I believe if you get too much exposure, that's my point, if you get too much exposure, it may ruin your morals.
Yeah, it's cool. But I'm finding it, when it comes to social, I tend to think that the more Gen Zs get to being social, the more they are likely to know what's wrong, what's
to
right
get
from
exposure.
their peers. So drug abuse, it could be a reason coming from the socials, but still.
What Marion, in the instance of we're not becoming, how can I say it? We don't have morals. I can't say morals, sorry. Principles. Like ile tunakuwa na principle and you're knowing that mimi nimeamua kufanya hii. I've had a lot of people who are
integrity when you're upright, morally upright.
It's something which is very, and when I'm saying that getting too much social, I think for as Gen Zs, if you like being a social butterfly, you must have a strong hella of principle. If you're not going to have a strong hella of principle, first of all, it's not even drug abuse, peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure.
From the society, social media, what is it giving us? Pressure every time.
Yeah.
Our celebrities that now they're like, you people, are you ready to take pressure pills? Because they know what the effects of social media to people. You as a Gen Z, Marion, how do you make sure, like, for example, your social life doesn't, or how do you interact with people and people who have very different opinions towards yours, and the way you and your principle, how do you try to work them?
Nowadays, I make sure to have boundaries. Back in the day, I used to be such a people pleaser. I didn't know how to say no. I had to work on that myself.
So creating boundaries goes a long way, not only for friends, it goes for family, for relatives, for
yourself.
not even your peers, even people at your workplace, your employer. you need to set boundaries with them. You know, people tend to think that you're setting boundaries with your peers just because you're used to each other, but there's a way your employees could have.
Alafu kuna this thing people say like, wewe ukiset boundaries unaringa. I'm like, no, siringi, I'm protecting myself.
Your mental health. Yeah.
For instance, I don't take shisha, I don't inhale smoke. Whether it's weed, whether it's vape,
Also don't.
I don't take shit.
Wow, I'm telling you this, our guests today are self-aware of themselves.
I don't judge my friends who take shisha or who smoke weed. I don't. But personally, I do not take them. So when I tell you, maybe we're clubbing and I tell you, oh no, I do not use this, and you start saying, oh my God, unaringa nini nini. You're not of my tribe. We can't bond anymore. You failed the vibe check.
And I hate this kind of friends when you tell them something. And this thing ilikuanga high school. Ukikosa kufanya kitu tu nakuita mlainer because you unaona like me I'm not doing this.
Yeah, they're feeling like you need to associate with them.
Yeah. And I think for us Gen Zs tumekuwa tu sana. I think for me it also comes natural whereby if I don't want something, the feeling inside it will not come and I'll feel uncomfortable in that situation. My last point before I go to our guests, you have your points, right?
Yes.
What about you? You have yours? Okay, my last point. Is it my last or my okay?
Third, maybe.
I think this is a negative. Let me just betray you, Gen Zs. Gen Zs are becoming lazy in their workspace.
Are they becoming?
They're becoming lazy. They don't want to overwork themselves. Yeah. You know, sometimes I believe even though you feel like you're draining yourself, sometimes you have to go to that. You pressure yourself to the full that for you to have some results. And I'm telling you, for example, in workspaces you find a lot of Gen Zs, they will not sound professional. They will not wear the way maybe a company wants them to wear because they think they also have their own rules. But apart from what you're told, apart from what's happening to the society, there's the reasons behind it. And before we react as Gen Zs and trying to say like, me say this for you because no, I have my own rules. No, our own rules are supposed to reach to a point whereby now. Even though I have my own rules, I'm supposed to be resonate. I be a rational person. I try to be considerate of people around me. If it's being professional, it's not something seen, and it's not like, don't make it everything obvious. Being professional, it has a lot of fruits. You get? At workplaces, you expect, for example, the life you've been living in the adolescent stage, it's just school, back home, nobody is like giving you work. Now you're becoming an adult, right now the pressure is becoming. And I think that difference of whereby tumetoka where we're just laying back, now it's us against the world. And I think that tumeshindwa ile kujitoa from what we were doing to now to adjust ourselves to now to face the real world. Marion, what do you have to say about that? About Gen Zs becoming lazy at work? Do you think sometimes for you become lazy in what you're doing, or sometimes you feel like this adulting, oh my goodness, it's just becoming hectic?
Adulting is hectic. I have to say, adulting, we were not prepared for adulting. We thought it was something way different from this. But saying that Gen Zs are lazy,
Mimi Gen Zs are lazy. Why don't you agree? What do you have to say?
I'm lazy. I read an article last week. It was saying many bosses are complaining how Gen Zs are the most difficult people to work with in their organizations. But a good side of it, on TikTok, I see bosses doing TikToks with Gen Z, and the organization comes up to be a better organization and yielding more good. So I think there's a bad of it and still there's a good of it. Yeah.
Can we go back to my first point where we were saying Gen Zs are not actually lazy, but they're self-aware? If you're paying me to work till 4 and then you come in and tell me work till 6, nikwambia, hey, 4, I'm supposed to go somewhere because that's when my shift is ending. And then you go like, oh my God.
Sometimes in that situation you may find for the way the pace you're doing the work, ilikuwa slow with time, so you have to overwork yourself. Will you still defend yourself?
But still, we work for value. We work for value. I think we should be strict with work time. Hakuna overwork. If I'm supposed to work.
If I'm overworking, overpay.
Can the work just do it?
These are very funny. Okay, the last one. Okay, do I have the last one really? No, I don't have. I'll go now. Who will go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. We are here as a student.
Gen Zs have different attitudes toward relationships as compared to millennials. For instance, social media. okay, how do I put it? I'll put it as technology and dating apps. Gen Zs are comfortable with getting into dating apps like Tinder and stuff. I don't think millennials, and they are normalizing it. Millennials are very meticulous when getting into these apps. They're like, oh, you might meet someone who is actually bad, who is maybe a murderer.
The morals. Thinking that lazima upate mtu kwa ground, it's not a must. And thinking that because you're going to dating apps is like you are something, you know. Continue.
It's the same with Gen Zs now are very much comfortable with talking to their significant others, maybe on the first date through social media. Like unaweza pata people are in long distance relationships and it's working well. And like millennials who are so much insistent on meeting face to face or on going to dates.
The circulation story about relationship na kuambiwa character development and all kind of stuff. I think this is something that's in a pair apart from it's like millennials, because of me go through that, they're trying to instill that fear to our generation. You, Rachel, for example, how do you deal when it comes to the relationship and the way people in the society have labeled relationships the way it's supposed to be? Like, for example, your parents, our parents think that sometimes we need to be like 25 years and above in order for us to have boyfriends and girlfriends. You know, you must have moved out of your place in order for you to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You, according to you, how do you relate with other people in society, and how do you try to have your own definition of relationship? Are you single in the first place?
No. Sorry, guys. Our relationship concept of our parents, our thinking, our parents and us is totally different. Same case you've said. Our parents expect us to date as from 25, but Gen Z, we are dating even from 13. The people who are 7 years strong in a relationship. So what did you start dating when in class 1? They're like, oh, I was in form 2.
So wadogo, they know all about relationship. They know about boyfriend and girlfriends. Even their parents talk to them about it. You get?
Which race, white or black?
Black.
What sort of black? Africans or black Americans?
Like Kenya.
Kenyan black.
You've not seen these things on TikTok?
Yeah, they are.
It brings spirituality, religion, stuff like that. Fashion and aesthetics. But dating, about children dating.
Yeah, they do.
No, I know they do, but I know specifically it's white people.
Okay, but
when it comes to relationship, I think sisters to make your relationship at a very young age.
Look,
we're here sitting down, we're only 2021 and we're giving each other, we're talking about relationship.
Yeah.
These are conversations our parents only have.
True.
You know, get?
Yeah.
It's a conversation they're having. It could be you're sitting down and your grandmother is telling you about this story. Look at us now. We can even give a 26-year-old advice.
Piece of advice.
It's nice because the earlier we are exposed to love relationship, the earlier we know what we want, the earlier we know what to expect, the earlier we know
what to avoid.
The experience, experience the best teacher. So as young as you are, by the time you're 26, this is what I want in a man. I don't want to go back to my 19s or my 20s. That guy who does this.
Your past is not your future. All right. So next point, so we go to who has
mine.
Okay, give us the lesson.
I love how as a Gen Z we are embracing technology. We are so when it comes to the talk of social media, it can be when it comes to millennials, wanasema hey, simu ukiwa na mzazi wako unamwambia unaumwa na kichwa ni hiyo simu. Yeah, so I know millennials wanadhani the phones tech it's a problem, but I think as Gen Z we are embracing technology for innovation. Recently I heard that there were girls who had invented flour from grass. Yeah.
It's from Egerton. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay.
Egerton and another one I don't remember from the university. So Gen Zs are also creating softwares, are creating websites. Yeah. A lot of people are creating websites for their
Forex.
Forex trading.
Our young age wanatupea pressure manze na magari kubwa kubwa. Someone is 21 and driving a Mercedes.
23 and driving an Audi.
and owning a mansion.
We are the future of this world. We talk about back. Marion, do you have anything to add on what Kirill said about technology?
I just know that Gen Zs are more technology savvy, are more tech savvy because we've grown so much into social media, and like our parents, walikuwa wanapata simu maybe wakifika 20 something.
When you talk about 20 something, I think sometimes I look at the negative side of all that. Technology has come to destroy our social life. How many times have you tried to come and tell your friends you hang out? You'll prefer chatting than
chatting.
Yeah. For example, for me, I like if you're talking something serious, I'll not like to tuongea kwa simu. I'll tell you, come we meet, we have a one-on-one conversation. But nowadays, like, situfanye tu online. Like everyone, unasema I'm an introvert. You know that introvert and people like sort of thing. Everyone is now an introvert. When it comes to social media, that's why unaona Twitter, watu unakuta mtu X ameongea, and this person, you know, this person mtu aongeangi hivi, you know, social life ya kuinteract with each other. Tumeenda wote into tutakuja hapa, kila mtu atakuwa kwa simu TikTok. How many times tumekaidi chini? That's why a lot of podcasts will come up, because like Loskul Space, we are here because watu huko nje they are losing like their social life. You get because of technology.
One is an island.
Kwa TikTok and a scroll. When will you talk to me and tell me like your mental health is not good? Because we as our own generation, you know, tuache kukua phone thinking like the phone is your everything. We have seen people say if I have Netflix, phone and data, that's the end of it all. No, you need people. Like you need people to live with. You need that. Exactly. So I think your point here, as far as we are embracing, this generation, we are called a generation of technology, children who are raised with phones. We should also know the social life, and to secure that robotic everything on social media. Marion, spill the tea.
Say openness to diversity. Gen Zs like us, for instance, Kenyans, we have more than 42 tribes, and unaweza pata like in your tribe, your mom kwa nyumba amekwambia don't interact with this tribe maybe when it comes to me dating and relationship. But nowadays we are so open to diversity. People are
tume embrace culture ya western kama yetu. You get the point? Like nile unakuja mtu anakuja na wewe mbona unafanya hivi? Like Gen Zs hawajudge mtu, like you can do your shit. And everyone like, okay, we embrace like everyone anafikiria it's totally different. Wewe kwenye nakubamba wewe. In this generation tunaambia it's the generation where people are raised as gays and lesbians. But who gives a fuck about it? No one, live life. What do you have to say?
I love how I love the diversity Gen Zs are bringing out in themselves. Si kama kitambo, just something it's not even fun, something just they are fixed. Sahi, very diverse. Yeah,
even in places of work. In places of work, there's diversity. Yes, in friend groups.
Bosses were like they're your friends. You know, that's something I love about our generation. And if nowadays nikiingia in a room, I will not judge anyone, and I will not. Yes, I know what the society says, but for me, I'm like, we're fine too. As long as you're not coming into my boundaries, you do you, right? Kirui, tell us.
I'd like to say how as Gen Zs are very gender fluid. Like most people don't define themselves as male, female, or other gender needs. They don't, which brings us back to self-awareness. Sahi, back to diversity. Pia sahi, I'm a woman, I'm stereotyping us to what women are supposed to do, what men are supposed to do. There's people have become so diverse, as you've said.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have any other point?
I'll say Gen Zs are embracing delayed marriages. They are not hawana haraka ya kuolewa. You know, back in the day you'd be told.
But we are Gen Zs, we are still young.
No, people
are getting married as early as 19, as early as 17.
Tyler and Georgina. These people have started their family when they are 20.
19, 20. They even have a child. Bless them.
Well, like at what age do you think you can start? You're comfortable starting your own family?
Probably 27. Which is not like a constant. If I'll be stable, if I'll get what I want in a man, I'll get married at.
What about you, Marion?
At this point, I'm 20. I'm still 20. So I'll say past 23. That is if I'm stable.
Past 23. You wanna get married at 23? Oh my god. When I catch you, Ricky. Ricky, when I catch you.
Okay. So yeah. But first I must have my career and my degree. I must have a stable life. Listen, past 23, that is like 3 years.
You wanna get married at 23?
I want to get married at 23. Past 23, after education 23.
So 23 can.
Oh
my god.
I'm like, my parents when they bore me like when they are not yet like stable, like you are starting a family in order for you to start struggling. That's not what's going to happen to my children. Let me first invest in myself, become financially stable, nikule maisha to the fullest, and then I'm like, okay, satisfied, I'll go now to marriage. Because let me tell you something, how many these the issue about to Ababa and all, these are men and women, all women, they're in midlife crisis because maybe these maisha, they never got it wakikuwa this young, you get, so wako in a marriage, they got married the way the society wants, but there's also that stage like while you skip, that's where the midlife crisis inakuja in our hands. Or 23 and you want to start having children. I'm not judging and they're having a family. That's good for you, but you're speaking at our personal level and our own perspective. Continue, Maria.
I'm saying past 23, meaning I cannot get married between now at 20 and at 20.
But you can still get married at 23. At 23.
That's a timeline. If I'm very much stable at 23,
you know,
I'm very much stable at 23. I have this person.
You'll get married. I think 23 is too young. You know, I've read things online of people who have gotten married at 21, and the marriages have not been as successful. They break up at maybe 23 and go on with their lives, and they don't even have.
Wajaishi bado maisha ni changa.
Got married at 28, at 29, and the marriages are not successful. It does not matter.
True.
Yes, it's true.
What do you think, guys?
What do you think? I'm saying I'm 20. Kirui, Uzana to 1. Exactly. So meaning you got 23. No, you're not 23.
23.
You're 22.
23.
22. I'm 21. Born.
Say no my age.
So 2000. 2000. I get what you're saying, so you will be lazy. When I get, I'm 20.
Yeah, I'm too young.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Oh, you're trying to decide. 21. I'm 20. Yeah? And I say for instance, this is a case of probability. I'm not saying I must get married at 23. I'm saying, for instance, at 23, I'm stable. I have this person that I love. My career is on check. I'm financially stable.
You can go to vacation with your own money. That's now when we talk about marriage. But for you, 23.
But do you think you'll have known? You'll have known as in the things of marriage. Utakuwa umejua.
Utadate for 1 year.
I think you're still a baby.
Benchmark, girl.
That is why we are here, because we are still benchmarking.
Yeah.
As days go on, but don't have a benchmark. That is what I'm saying. 23, that is 3 years to come.
3 years to come. Hey, you'll still be young.
Oh my god.
Maybe understand by 23 I can be successful.
Yeah, probably.
I'm saying past 23. I'm not saying I'm getting married at 23. Past 23.
So as long as you're successful, you're into marriage.
I think for successful question, I see really question because I'm still 20.
Apart from being successful, there is the life of being. There is that life unataka kuishi kuwa successful. And I think children watakuja kunikatizia raha.
Hey, who said when you get married at 23, you get children at 23?
But at least, okay, I mean,
You want to enjoy life.
Yeah, and marriage. I saw this sound on I was scrolling on Instagram Reels, and I saw this story. This man saying, he was doing a voiceover saying, when you get married, forget about social life, forget about class.
No.
You know, as far as your partner, as far.
past 23 because Nona like the whole
I'm too scared for the future. Let's go to our next. Kirui, your point.
My next point is that with Gen Zs, they are very open about sensitive conversations such as sex, contraceptives, things that people in the past couldn't talk about. So here we can talk about sex here on live camera, but kitambo it wouldn't. So here there are sites that you can go into, check about your learn advice about sex with your partner.
Educative.
Also, dedicative. TMI.
Shout out to TMI.
Yeah. Also, contraceptive wise, kuna hizo sites. Sahip, young people as young as they are walking into hospitals going to get contraceptive. Kitambo ungefanya hivyo, you're told, umeanza condom talk. It used to be sahi ati unajificha, but sahi agencies are very very much open to such talk.
When you're open, sometimes it doesn't do good to the society, because you get someone, you start talking about sex in a context where you're not supposed to have those conversations. You know, as far as to me, this topic about sex, it's not supposed to be held like anywhere. Every time you're feeling to say that dirty word, you just say it. No.
But Connie, what's the problem about sex? Sex is just like,
why did you refer to sex as that? It's a gift.
Yeah, it's just like eating. Oh, normalize it.
Someone has to God for wisdom, and then give you the gift of having sex.
You know, the way I may come to that point, because the society, when they see like sex is supposed to be not and it's not supposed to be seen in public and all thing, you get. But now, that thing is still in everyone, in each one of us, like out there. Whereby if you start talking about it, it will make me start being like I'm disgusted. It will start making me uncomfortable. Even for me, as much as I'm used to talk about sex, sometimes if you raise that topic, I'm like, okay, you know, I know what you're talking about, but no, it's not. This vibe is not the vibe of that. You get, Marion, what do you have to say?
I'll say Gen Zs are more likely to engage in cancel culture. Cancel culture, like canceling celebrities who are not in alignment with their values. For instance, let's say a celebrity maybe may fall in a scandal of rape or domestic violence. They are very likely to cancel the person rather than idolize them.
I've been seeing a lot of comment sections on like, for example, this story recently happened where a celebrity failed to pay the nini. They failed to pay rent, and like people are like, okay, it's just part of life. People are like trying to make that person relate with everything they're saying.
Recently, I checked just Ivy's stories, and she had put a question tag on what do celebs do that give you the ick, and people are going wild.
I saw that thing.
So yeah, people are going wild, and ukiangalia instead of Gen Zs hawajakuwa ki-idolize celebs like before. If they're doing something wrong, they're doing it wrong because they're just like
We'll jump into our next episode and our next segment, which will be game time, and we'll be trying to spice things up with my guests today. So let's go to game time. Welcome to game time. Today with my guests are going to play games here. And just, do you know our games? Can you take a guess which game we're going to play? Because of my freak out, which game is this? But you're ready?
Yeah.
You're ready? Yes, guys. So we're going to play this game. Each person has 10 seconds to complete the challenge that I'll be giving them, and the challenge is spelling bee. You're going to give them words, and they have only 10 seconds to spell the words correctly. Let's see how many words they can spell within a span of 10 seconds per word, or how many words they can spell. All right? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
It's a spelling. So I'm going to give you words, guys, and I want you to spell it out, right? I want you to when kama jinsi's IQ iko pia fiti. So each word you only have 10 seconds. All right. So the game, there's someone who's checking out there the time, and we shall see which between you the two who is going to spell a lot of words. All right, I'm going to start with one person. Marion or Rachel? I want you to guys to do rock, paper, scissors. Okay. 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 Let's do it. You're going to do rock, paper, scissors. We see who's going to start. Alright, let's go. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Mendani, si wote mmeweka makasi.
Paper.
So who has won?
She's on me.
You. Okay. I'm giving you this word. You have 10 seconds. Let's see how many words you can spell within the 10 seconds. So it's not one word 10 seconds. You all have 10 seconds. And let's see how many words you can spell. Alright? Or 10 seconds ni kidogo to pay 20.
10 seconds is nice. I'm a spelling bee.
Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. First one, arrangements.
ARRANGEMENT.
Pardon?
ARRANGEMENT.
Incorrect. Questionnaire.
Oh my god. QUESTIONARE.
Okay, time's up. Marion, your first word is blissful.
BLISSFUL. Blissful.
Correct. Receive.
RECEIVE. Receive.
Correct. Supersede.
SUPERCEDE. Supersede.
Wow. Perseverance.
Perseverance.
So, Rachel, you got to spell only one word correct. Marion, you got to spell 3 words correctly. So I'm going to give you one word for the last one just to set the bar correct, all right? And I want one of you to spell this word. Who's going to go for this? You are the loser for the first round. Mediterranean.
MEDDI. No. MEDITERRE. Mediterranean.
Marion, spell this word outrageous.
OUTRAGEOUS. Outrageous.
God. Who's the spelling bee? Who's the spelling bee? I think the Marion is the spelling bee here. Congrats. Make the dictionary your friend.
Okay.
We will. We must.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming to the show today. And I'm very much grateful. And I think I'll be having you again. We'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want us to give us your parting shots, you can start from Marion. First of all, there's something in Misumbwa sana. I used to be comfortable getting married at 23.
23. Everyone at 23.
Alright, give us your parting shot then.
My parting shots. First of all, I'm so grateful that you had me here. The episode was spellbound. And to the Gen Zs, I just want to encourage us to be much more financially responsible, to put our mental health first, and to continue embracing openness for diversity.
What about you, Kiri?
Thank you, Loskul, for inviting me here at Loskul Space. I had a fun time. Lecture Gen Zs us everything that you're doing different from millennials and the rest. Continue doing it if it's right, and leave the wrong aside. Yeah, everything right, do it right.
Exactly, you've heard from the horse's mouth. Even though we're trying to be very much different from millennials, we must make sure everything you're doing as Gen Zs, it's something which is socially relatable, it's something correct. But as Gen Z, we are saying you're putting our mental health first. It's us coming first before anyone's interest, and that's a deal. We may agree with that.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I was very much happy and very much excited to be sharing this episode and talking to the Gen Zs. Loskul Space Show is an open show for all. It's an open space for all where we interact, we have fun, we educate each other, and you know what? We live life. So thank you very much, and that has been our show. So till next time, till our next episode, don't forget to subscribe, to like to our show, and don't forget to comment and share to your friends, guys, because the next time you want to see the Loskul Space Show becoming very huge, the community becoming huge. So till the next episode, bye bye.